Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another Journaling on a Budget Extra. So we are going to finish our last page in here. It's on the left hand side, and we did the clear window last time. And so this time what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 little inserts in here. And what I have to start with, this is just a piece of a file folder. It was a piece of the file folder that I cut off to make our pages, and it was like this. And so I just took that piece and bent it over and just left a little bit on the back side so that I could glue it underneath our page cover. Put that over there, and I'm going to glue this on the back here like this towards the bottom, and then that will be glued down, so that will be underneath so that that won't show. And then on this side you could either put a picture or you could do some journaling. And so that's the way we're going to put this in. That's why I couldn't glue it down last time. And all I did to decorate this was I water glued a napkin on the top and around the corner so that the corner has the color to it also. So I'm going to decide where this needs to go. I want this to go right up to the edge and then up just a little bit, because I'm going to put a little catch here to hold it down so that it doesn't pop open. And so I just want to have a little bit of room right there for it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just glue this down, and then we'll glue the page cover on to cover up this little flap. Now if you wanted, you could put this flap on the top and use it for journaling also. I just wanted it to be underneath. That to be up just a little bit and right out to the edge. Just like that. Open it up and give it a good press. And then get it covered up with this. So this page will have 3 little bits to it. We're going to have this flip out and a regular pocket and a flip up pocket. There we go. I'm just going to kind of center this on our page. There we go, just like that. Press that down nice. And because our pages are made out of the file folder, I kind of like having this manila. But if you didn't like it manila, you could always cover it with coffee dyed paper or something like that. And then our flip up pocket is just a piece of paper. I just cut a piece of paper that would fit onto our page and folded it in half. And so that is going to be our flip up pocket. It will flip up that way. And I'm going to put one of the little pocket cutouts that I learned from Nick the Booksmith. She did these on hers and I just think they're really cool. So I'm just going to go around the outside edge and then like right along from the bottom of the hole and the top of the hole. And then we're going to just put this where we want it. I'm going to stick this on with some washi tape. So I'm putting it down just a little bit so I'll have room for my washi tape up there. I'm just going to center it and give it a good press. Get a little bit coming out here, so I want to get that off. There we go. No, stop. Pee-wee, stop. Oliver, stop. There, just like that. And then we're going to cut out the center so that we have a place to put our tag down inside there. But I'm going to let that sit for just a second. So I'll set that aside. And I cut a little pocket here that I want to put kind of centered and up a little bit, and then it's going to be covered up by this, and it will be covered up by the other one. And so this one I'm just going to, on this one, do I want it a pocket, or I think I'm going to move it over a little bit, and I'm just going to glue this side and this side so that you can tuck things in, but it won't be tight against the page all the way. It'll just be two-sided, glued down on two sides, because I like that. That way, if you have something that's a little bit bigger that you want to put in the pocket, you can do that, and it can stick out on that other side. And also, if you get something stuck down in that pocket, you don't have three sides glued down where you're having a hard time getting it out. But again, I want to kind of put that up on the page a little bit. And press that down. I need to learn to just leave the glue. When it's dry, you can rub it off. There we go. So that's going to go like that, and that's going to go like that. I'm going to grab my little bone folder here and fold this down a little bit. And when I decoupaged this piece, I just decoupaged a little extra piece so that I could punch a butterfly out of it, because the butterfly is what we're going to use to hold our thing down here. So I have this is a Martha Stewart butterfly punch, and I wanted to have the words on it, or do I want to have a little bit of color to it? No, I really just like the words. And I'm going to punch it right there. So this file folder makes my butterfly a little bit sturdier so that it will hold down our little thing here and keep everything held in together. I think I'm going to put it straight across, right on the corner, but I'm going to edge it first so it stands out just a little bit. I'm going to edge it with our brown, which is a Vintage Photo is what we're using, but just so it doesn't blend in to the background so much, because we want to see them. Just get that done, make sure we didn't get any on there. And then I'm going to kind of curl it up just a little bit, because I want the top of the wings up just a touch. And then I'm going to only glue the bottom half so that the top half can be used to tuck our page into. And then I'm going to kind of smooth that out a little bit, because I don't want it squishing up where I need my little page to go in. And then I'm only going to bring my glue's down there, so I'm going to make my page come to right about here so that I know that it's not going to be glued together. And so because I just glued the bottom, I'm just going to hold that for a second, give it a good press. And then so that I don't have the pressure against it right this second, I'm going to lift this page out so that this can dry a little bit before we put that pressure on it from this flap. Okay, then I'm going to set this aside for just a second and grab my cutting board and this and my ruler. And then we're going to, you want to make sure that you do this part before you glue it together, or you'll cut through the whole thing. So we're going to open it up so that we can cut this little part right out of the middle. We're going to cut from the top of one circle to the top of the other circle. Just like that. And then from the bottom of one circle to the bottom of the other circle. just like that. Oh, now, we'll have to see here. I don't know that my punch will fit that far down, and it won't. It will fit here. So I'm going to punch that circle out of the back piece. And then over here, I'm going to just have to cut it by hand. I'm just going to cut around that circle. Just like that. Get that extra little piece off of there. And there we go. So if you have a punch that reaches further, you'd be able to just punch that hole out there and there. But there we go. So now we have this, and we'll be able to tuck something right down inside that slit, and we are going to glue this on all 3 of the open sides. And with this pocket, we will make a lift for it so that we can put something in here, and if it gets lost down inside, the lift will lift it out. Because with all 3 sides being glued and only having that little slit, if you lose something in there, you wouldn't be able to get it out. Just going to glue around all 3 sides like that. And then just press them together. Just like that. And there we go. Now we've got that. And what I was talking about with a lift, I don't think that I want the top to be straight across so that I can round the corners. There we go. Okay, and actually I need it to fit inside here. So I'm going to make this so that it goes down to the bottom and sticks out the top of it. So I actually still need to cut it. I need to cut it right about here. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's my back, and for the front, I'm going to cut the front right about here, just below the opening. And then I want to use my corner punch. And just round the corners, just because I think that it looks nicer. Whenever you have a corner punch, make sure you take out the old piece of paper, or it will make they'll get in the way and your corners won't punch nice and round. So there we go. So now this fits inside here, so that if I were to put something like this in there, and I put it in there, whoops, but you don't put it in like that. You put it in your lift, and then you put it in there. Now, if that was way down in there, I'd have a hard time trying to get that out of there. But with the lift, you just put it in the lift, and then when you pull the lift out, there it is. I had to make myself notes to remember to glue this on before I glued it together, or I wouldn't be able to cut it. So there's our lift, and we'll still have to decorate that, but that goes right in there. And then we'll do some decoration on that. I'm going to put it over here, bring our book back, and we're going to washi tape this in. And I want to washi tape it with this. I got this washi tape that says happiness on it, and it's purple and blue and green, so it goes with this. And I just want to grab my scissors. I want to cut it off straight next to the H. And I think it's going to be just a little bit too long, because I want it to say happiness twice. Happiness times 2. If I cut it, if I cut it right past the S, it will be all right. We're going to put just a little bit of glue. Stick this on my tripod for a second. A little bit of glue across the top here. And then I want this one to be, I want it to be up further than the bottom of this and lower than the bottom of this, just so that they're all three at different levels, just because we can. So I'm going to want that right there, and I'm going to use a pencil so that it doesn't show through my washi tape, and just kind of put a line right here. And that's where I'm going to put a line of glue, so that after we get the washi tape on, the glue will be here and be all ready for us to set it on. There we go. Slide that aside for a sec and set this down. I'm going to just center this as best I can. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to take this. Make sure I'm not getting up too far to where that glue is. And I'm just going to burnish that one down. I want it to be nice and flat. I don't want that little glue line to show, or like on the other one I did where it has a little bit of texture. I would prefer this be pretty flat. And there we go. So now we have that there. So this is going to flip up, and I am going to put a little bit of washi tape on the back. And to tie it into the page next to it, I'm going to use the purple and pink washi tape on this side. Come down just a little bit. I don't like where that's at. I want to move it over just a little bit. I'm going to move it over quite a bit and cut that end off. Do my best to cut it straight, which is not really that good. That's not too bad. I'm going to do this side over here. That side's better. There we go. And then I want to take those little lines out of there too from the glue, because your washi tape is so thick, or I mean so thin, the glue does show through it. So I'm just going to kind of put a little texture in there. There we go. So now we have this pocket with our little pull-out in it. And then we have this pocket here, which is only these sides. And then we have this writing space over here. So we're going to flip this one down. I'm going to bring this one over. And then we're going to tuck it in underneath of our butterfly. Burnish that just a little bit more. We don't want a lot of pressure on our butterfly, but we do want our butterfly to hold this shut. And there we go. So now we have that page finished also. So I believe that we have every page covered, although we do have a couple pages we need to do some pockets or something on. So when we open this up, we'll go to the right hand side, and we have our envelope, our pocket, our flip out, and this page we might want to do something with, but we also might want to leave it for a picture. And we have this side with two, and these ones also I will put the little pullouts in. We have a pocket here, and we're going to want to do something there. We have a tag to pull out here. We have 3 tags on this side, a long tag on this side. This page needs something. We have our flip up here with our little Harrys hanging down, and a pocket here. And we have this with our little butterfly dangles. And that takes care of the left side. And then the right side, we have our little envelope here. And then our pocket here. And then we have an envelope here, which you can get into here. We have a tuck spot here, or a belly band. We have a pocket here. We have a writing space with a pocket at the top, an envelope with a tuck spot there, another envelope with a tuck spot there. We have a belly band here, which we're going to put a writing book in there. And then on this side, we have a pocket. We have just decorative pretty page here on the front with the flower window. Then we have this one here. Now, if we don't like the way that that happens, we could also put a butterfly right on here, or a flower or something, to do the same thing that we did here, to hold this shut if we want to do that. So, and then on this side we have that, which is what we just did just now. Pocket there. I'm going to leave this untucked for now because I want that butterfly to really glue down well. On this side we have all of these pockets here. In the top pockets, let's see, how did we do that? The bottom pockets, the bottom, very bottom pocket is opened. And this one, this one, this one, this one, those are open. I think that this, yeah, this is supposed to be open too. And I believe this is supposed to be open. And then the top one is a pocket, but it is not open on the edge. So we have all of those, and then we have these 2 spots to put tags in there that just kind of hide down like that. So there we go. We've got the inside as done as we're going to get it right now. We will finish off all of the little decorations as soon as we get the cover done. So that's coming up next, is the cover. So thank you very much for watching today. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.